Hello, I'm Stan and I'm going to present GPT for Sheets, our new tool. So what is GPT for Sheets? Well, it is a Google Sheets add-on, which by the way also works with Google Docs now if you want to generate longer form content, and enables you to use OpenAI's artificial intelligence, GPT models directly in your documents, so in Google Sheets or in Google Docs. Once it is installed and set up, you basically get a function that is called GPT, with which you can call OpenAI GPT. So, for example, here I type hello, and it's going to reply, okay, hi there, how can I help you? This is how you know it works, okay? So, what can you do? Well, for example, you can ask it to write a tagline for you. Write a tagline for a car shop. And there you go. Drive away with the best deals at our car shop. Great. So what's good about it being available in a spreadsheet? Well, you do not have to put the whole instruction in there. You can simply actually write your instruction in a cell. Write a tagline about an ice cream shop this time. And then you can do GPT, GPT, and then reference this cell here, C3, type enter, and it will work. So this makes it super easy to write instructions in the spreadsheet. So you can write some detailed instructions. So let's say that you want to write a tagline about an ice cream shop. It should be witty, and it should assume the shop will be in Iceland where it is very cold. Okay, so now I can type GPT and take all of this and let's see what the result is. So there we go. As you can see, you can take a full range as a parameter, so this lets you list your instructions very neatly. For example, I will do another one where this time I will ask to write an email. So I will say, okay, the task is to write an email. The tone should be joyful. The style should be casual. The topic should be thank you for the flowers. And well, let's do it this way. So I will do GPT and then put all of it in there and type enter. And there you go. And then you could just then change, for example, tone to, I don't know, angry, which doesn't really make much sense if you're thanking for flowers, but let's try it. Waiting a few seconds. And there you go. GPT, the subject is not appreciated. I received the flowers you sent me, and while I appreciate the gesture, I'm not sure why you thought it was necessary. So, well, if you ever are put in this awkward situation where you receive flowers but you're actually angry, well, GPT will really help you in this situation. As you can see, it's really powerful. It's very easy to give detailed instructions with context with the GPT function. So before we move on to other stuff, I want to tell you a little bit about the other parameters of the GPT function. One very important one is, so I will double click here, and then in order to access the documentation to the function, you can just double click and then unroll this, and you will get some more information about what you can put in there. But really, like, the most important parameter would be the temperature here. Temperature, it's basically how creative the AI should be. So it is a value between 0 and 1, and the closer it is to 0, the more straightforward it will follow your instructions, and the closer it is to 1, the more creative it will be. But it also means, like, it could sometimes go too far. So by default, it is 0. Now I will change it and I will put it to 1. So I put an empty argument here because as you can see, there is also a value argument that we can put here, but I don't need it in this case, so I will just put 1. I will just skip it at comma and put 1. Okay. And it should give me a more creative draft of an email in this case. Well, in this case, maybe, yeah, okay, the subject actually changed. Really? Question mark. This is nice. But if you want taglines, this is where putting 1 as temperature will really help you. So let's go back, like, write a tagline. I will actually delete this. Oops. Right, tagline, tone should be joyful. I will remove this, and topic is or for okay, an ice cream shop. Okay, here we go. And I will say country is okay, Kenya. Now, GPT, I take this and I add 1 and there we go. If I put Iceland here, it will change and give me a tagline about Iceland, an ice cream shop in Iceland. Sorry. So there we go. This is really nice, and so if you follow it correctly, there is a parameter that I skipped here because you really don't need it necessarily. But the value parameter can be used if you want to generate multiple taglines for different variations of a parameter of your prompt, for example. So let's say that I want to generate, so I have a list of countries here. So I will put countries here, and I will have Iceland, Kenya, France. Okay. So I can remove this, and then I can do GPT, add the basic instructions of my prompt, fix this range with $signs. Basically, this means that this range will not move if I drag the formula down. And then as value, I add this Iceland here. And I will put 1 as temperature, try to have something smart, and there we go. Okay, cool off with joy at Iceland. So now, if I drag it, I get 1 tagline per country, because the formula that I dragged fixed the range here, and since this part here was not fixed, once I drag the formula, it changes the range to the next one and the next one. So this is really powerful if you want to generate 1 piece of content per row. Okay. Now let's say that you do not want you don't have enough with just one suggestion per instruction. You want, for example, 5 taglines for your instruction. So what you can do is use a variant of the GPT function, which is called GPT list. So you will say GPT list, and you will put here, write a tagline, write 5 taglines for a car shop. Okay. And there you go. And you get 1 tagline per cell, which then makes it quite easy for you to manage. Whereas if you had asked for this with just a GPT function, you would have gotten everything in just 1 cell, which is not very easy to manipulate afterwards. See, so the GPT function is quite nice, and it works the same way for detailed instructions. So again, if the task is to write a tagline and about is a car shop, again, you can, here, you need to put the number, so write 5 taglines. Although you could also, if you're good at spreadsheets, split this so that you can make the number vary. I will not show this in this video, otherwise it will be too long, but then here you just go GPT list and select this. And there you go, you get 5 taglines. So here, if I change this and instead of a car shop, I clothing shop, or let's say I will do, yeah, okay, well, there you go. I mean, you understand how it works. Very powerful. So I want to show you one more function which is really awesome in this video, and we'll show you the magic of GPT for Sheets. So let's say that you have a range of data here where you have some examples that I've actually generated with GPT itself, as you can see, and you want to fill the holes. So you do not need to give instructions. You basically can use our other function called GPT fill, where you should just provide examples. So you provide the example rows that are full, and then you provide the partial rows that are missing some values. And here there's only 2 columns, but you could do this with more columns, doesn't matter. It will still work. And then you put some temperature if you want to, and GPT will automatically fill these descriptions here. Waiting a few seconds, and there we go. We actually had a little problem where it skipped the salad. Interesting, but usually it mostly works. Let me try again here. I will yeah, let me try again. I will remove the temperature, and I think we'll work better. Okay, this time it works perfectly fine. We have 1 description per byte per product, and as you can see, the descriptions are good. So you could also add like a column with some keywords to include in the description, if that makes sense, and then the description will be using, based on how the examples are made, these keywords. Another way you can use this is to clean data. So here, let's say that I have like a column of dirty emails, in the sense that there are some quotes and some weird things. Like, you often get this if you copy paste from Gmail threads, for example. So here again, you just provide some examples here of what a clean email is from a dirty email, and you type GPT fill of these examples, and the partial list, and let's see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, we get a clean list for all these addresses. Works perfectly. Super fast. You can also do this with name. So sometimes names are capitalized in different ways. There are some titles, some little smiley faces. If you got that list from, for example, LinkedIn, and you just want a clean list of full names. So again, GPT fill, give the examples, give what needs to be cleaned, and boom. As you can see, like all the capitalization got corrected, whether it is in the first name, the full name, doesn't really matter. There was no example that showed first name plus last name capitalized. Only this one just worked. And here we got Gregory House instead of Dr. Gregory House. So really like super powerful and super easy to use, really magical. This GPT AI is incredible. Okay, I will stop here. There are many other videos in this channel that you can use to know more about how to use GPT for Sheets. Again, please, if you want to use it, install it, try it. I hope it works for you. Please ask questions in the comments. I try to reply to every question, or send me, fill out the form if you have a problem and you request some help. And tell me what you use it for, and this way we'll improve the product. So thank you very much for listening. I hope this video was not too long, and I will sign off now.